Hello everyone! I have another great story that's one of my favorites as well, and it might sound a little familiar to you guys. And so this book is called Riley's Heart Machine. See, that's Riley. Okay, so if you have a copy, make sure to grab one, and we'll start from the very first page. Riley had a big secret. A secret so big, she decided that she was never going to share it with anyone at school, not ever. What do you think Riley's secret is? Do you know who my secret, who I really am? I'm Amaya. She worried if she told the other kids, they would laugh at her. She worried if she told her friends she was different, they might not like her anymore. Riley just worried and worried. There's Riley being really sad. Then during one special week, everything changed. On Monday, Morgan told Riley a secret. She said her aunt was in the hospital having a brand new baby girl. Riley grinned and said, "I was in a hospital once." The words exploded from Riley's mouth. "Why?" Morgan interrupted. Riley muttered, "Never mind." And there she is with her friend Morgan. On Tuesday, Tanner told Riley his big secret. "My dad and I are building a super-powered space machine, and someday I'll be able to talk to people in outer space." Riley's mouth fell wide open and she screeched, "I have a special machine that—" "What kind of machine?" Tanner questioned. "I forget." That was as far as she got with Tanner. The big secret she did not want to come out of Riley's mouth, even when she tried to force it out. What do you think Riley's secret is? What do you think the machine is? Let's see. Then Wednesday arrived. The teacher announced that at the end of the week, everyone would give a speech to the class. Each student should bring in something that you own and share the story of why it is special to you, the teacher interrupted. Everyone whispered to each other their ideas of what they would bring. Riley slouched in her seat and worried. Have you ever had show and tell at school? What did you bring? Do you mind telling me as well your story? That night, Riley tore through her room, searching for something to bring to class. Her doll collection was special, but it did not have an interesting story. Her fancy dress-up clothes were quite beautiful, that had no special story, and nothing in her glittery keepsake box had a better story than her big secret. Riley decided Friday would be her chance to reveal her secret to all her friends. She could not think of anything else she owned that came with a more interesting story than her heart machine. Riley has a heart machine. Do you have one as well? What is the interesting story behind your heart machine? Do you mind telling me? But she would be able to get the words out of her mouth though? She just worried. She practiced her speech in front of her mom's giant mirror. Would everyone make fun of her? Riley worried some more. Have you ever been worried about sharing your secret too? On Thursday, she just worried and worried. Friday finally arrived. The teacher called each child one by one to the front of the class. Sydney excitedly shared her story first. She held a sparkling silver necklace that used to belong to her great-grandmother Hannah. When Grandma Hannah was a little girl, she brought that necklace with her to America when she moved from Scotland, Sydney told the class. Do you have anything special from your family members? What is it? Do you want to tell me the story behind that too? Trey took the floor next. I caught this baseball when Grandpa took me to my first baseball game. He displayed the ball's fancy signature from a real baseball player. Here's Trey holding up his baseball. Have you ever been to a baseball game? Did you have fun as well? Riley rubbed her belly to try to calm the buzzing butterflies. Would everyone like her story? She just worried and worried. Emma explained about a shiny gold chain, but Riley did not hear a word that she said. She knew her turn was next. Riley, your turn, called the teacher. Riley reached the front of the classroom, but just barely. Her knees trembled terribly. She stood before the chalkboard empty-handed. Wiping her wet palms on her skirt, Riley spoke, I would like to share the story of my special heart machine. Nobody moved, and she noticed that even her knees stopped moving. When I was born, my heart did not work like your hearts work. There's Riley. She's so nervous sharing her secret with everyone. Are you like Riley too? Did you not have your heart work? My heartbeat was slow and the blood could not pump around my body fast enough, so I was very tired and did not have a lot of energy. I had a heart defect. Thousands of kids are born with heart defects every year. Still, no one moved in the classroom. Kids with heart defects need to have surgery to fix their hearts. I stayed in the hospital when I was a tiny baby, and the doctors put a special machine in me called a pacemaker. Here's Riley when she was a baby in the doctor's office. You might not remember having these memories, but I'm sure your parents do. She slowly lifted her shirt off of her belly to expose the oval bump and long scar up her chest. Everyone moved forward in their seats to see. Riley was excited to continue. Wires called leads go from the pacemaker to my heart and tell it to beat. Now my heart beats like your heart beats, and I am full of energy. Something happened next that did not happen during the other stories. Hands waved in the air all across the room. Riley's friends had questions. Here's Riley showing her scar and her pacemaker, and all her friends are waving in their ear asking questions. Do you have a scar like Riley? Isn't it amazing? The teacher nodded that she could continue. Riley pointed to Joshua. Does the pacemaker hurt? He asked. Not at all, she answered bravely. I do not even feel it. I just visit a heart doctor called a cardiologist 2 times a year to make sure it is working right. Look at that. All her friends love her secret. See, you don't have to be scared about your secret. Tanner eagerly questioned, can you talk to aliens with your machine? Riley was so thrilled to be sharing her story, she accidentally answered yes, then giggled. She gestured to Matt, who asked, can anything break your pacemaker? And look, there's the alien. That's a silly question. I know you guys can't talk to aliens. I need to stay away from big magnets and metal detectors, Riley answered. I also need to protect it from getting hit. Riley explained that soon she would need to go back into the hospital because the batteries will eventually run out. The doctors would then give her a new pacemaker. Everyone clapped for Riley as she walked back to her seat. No one laughed, they only clapped and clapped. She could not stop her mouth from smiling. Riley raced home to tell her family about her fantastic day. See, all her friends still love Riley. She didn't have to be nervous. It's so awesome that she has this pacemaker that helps her do all her activities every day. And that's the end of the story. Do you want to share your story about your heart journey? I would love to hear it, just like my friend Riley. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your week, everyone. And remember, Owlette signing out.